yeah. I need a heating and air conditioning unit that no longer can be coming into the country or whatever, for whatever reason it may be. They didn't tell me that, hey, when you get this car, there may be parts that you're just not going to be able to get. We make them, but you're just not going to be able to get them. It's kind of like the gas that you're supposed to be getting, you know. So the seat on, it was like about almost pretty much 100 degrees. I'm running around in heated seats. I'm like, ooh, my butt is burning up. I'm burning up in here, you know, and I'm rolling down the windows and it won't go off. So, you know what? I couldn't drive the car. You can't drive the car when your back and your butt is burning up and it's 100 degrees outside. Nothing is helping you. I have a heart condition. This car is, if it don't do me in, I have to literally just let it go and just let it stay parked in front of the house. So do I have a car? Yes. Where is it? It's parked in front of my house. Because you cannot drive it. Because you know what? I get fear of being stuck. I've been stuck so much and so many times. I've missed procedures. I've missed appointments. You know, I can't get to my appointments. And you know, they play phone tag with you on the phone. They be like, okay, Miss Williams, you got 8 more miles left. You know, we can get you to the next station. I guarantee you make it. You make it there, there's no fuel there. You know, and then and once they told me, I said, I have to be in San Francisco. I have to go to an appointment. I don't have enough miles to get me from Pittsburgh to San Francisco. They was like, oh, we'll stay on the phone with you. And so that's playing a game with me. And they got me, they say, well, go ahead and drive to the Concord station. It was down, but it's up now. Then I get to the Concord station. When I got there, it was down again. So then they said, well, okay, you can make it to Emeryville. You can make it. So then they was like, well, because it's going to say 0 miles, but I guarantee you won't stop. Well, that was no consolation to me, but I went ahead and did it. And then when I got there, they was like, oh, no, down. So then they said, oh, go to the Oakland station. Just chance it. You might can make it there. Then go to the Oakland station. So now I get to Oakland, down again. Oh, well, there's something in Los Angeles. Oh, well, that's about, you know, that's why I can't get gas in Oakland. And that's like 5 hours away. And they said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you go to the Oakland airport? How am I going to go to Oakland airport? I don't even have any fuel. I have been told from one place to another. I guarantee you're going to need your AAA. Because even though they say that they pay for towing, the tow truck probably will come out like 24 hours later. So, I mean, unless you just want to kind of camp out there and live until they come get you, you're going to be stuck there again. So I was like, this is too much for me as far as this car. Then I just kind of feel violated because they didn't tell me when I bought the car, you got to go 35 miles to get the gas, to get the fuel. Then, if they don't have it, that's 30 more miles. Then, if they don't have it, that's 15 more miles. Then, if you transit, that's 25 more miles.
What did they tell
Where's
you when
all
they
these
when you
miles?
bought the car?
That I would never have to worry about getting gas. I wouldn't have to worry about odd and even days. You know, they're going to stop selling gas, and you know, the people who have fossil fuel is not going to be able to get the fuel. You'll be driving when everybody else is stranded. Now everybody's driving and I'm stranded. You know, so I was like, another thing too, I feel like I was like defrauded on the money because when I bought the car, it cost literally $47 for me to fill it up. Okay, now it costs $160 for a half a tank of fuel. So that's like $300 for a tank of fuel. And you know what? Good luck with that because you're probably going to spend that whole $160 finding fuel because you got to get back home from wherever you end up at the end of the day. So by the time you get back, if you don't tow yourself back, you're not going to have fuel again. So it's like I didn't get the fuel that was promised to me, and even like the rentals, I've got rentals.
Well, let's get into the rentals after. Let's give Julie a chance, and then we'll get you at the end again.
Okay.
That was really good, though. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's also change the. So you guys with the signs just come to this side now.
There's more.
Here.
There's more.
believe that.
This car is better than
Just to change the frame up a little. Yeah, that's good. That's a basic. That's specific to you. You should be in the shop with her. No? You don't want it?
where do you want to
At least stand right behind her. And then which one? The one with the horns? Yeah, make sure that's in the shop.
How do you want this frame? Do you want a wider
So just
framing
come a
on
little.
this?
No, you're good. That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so just say your full name and where you got the car.
Hi, my name is Julie Dumit. We bought the car from Roseville Toyota back in 2021. And at the time, we had owned a Toyota. We had a Prius that we loved. It got great gas mileage. But we heard about hydrogen. We heard about the incentives and the tax cuts. And so my husband and I went in one day to just go look and get some more information. And we had no intentions of buying a car that day, but it sounded too good to be true. And when we got through the rebates, the tax credits, the $15,000 fuel card, it turned out to be pennies on the dollar. So they were talked into because this car was described as the car of the future. And so by the end of that day, without any intentions of buying, it sounded too good to be true. And they showed us that there were 3 stations in Sacramento. They showed us that there were 2 already planned. So we knew that we were going to be, limited to those 5 stations, but we were okay with that. And so we traded in the car. There was no mention of issues from the salesperson with reliability. And we got talked into a $76,000 2021 limited Mirai with all the bells and whistles, paid for upgraded rims, and by the end of that transaction, the salesperson drove with me to Citrus Heights to show me how to fuel the car because my husband had gone to work by that time. And the very first time we tried fueling the car, the nozzle froze and got stuck to the car. And the salesperson didn't know what to do. The salesperson was Googling what to do when it freezes. He was pouring water all over the nozzle. And then another Mirai driver told him, don't do that, give it some time and get it unstuck. So that was, red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 was a couple months into the car, it became extremely unreliable. The stations were not up all the time. The stations would be up, and then you would drive over there and it would go down on the way there. So then you would get rerouted to the other station in Sacramento. You would pull up there would be 10 cars in line, you'd be stuck for 3 hours. And you were watching the map and hoping that whatever they said that they had would be enough for you when you got up there. And so by the end of 2021, so 3 months into buying this car, we found ourselves driving at all hours of the night, driving in the middle of the night, driving in a storm just to be able to get fuel. And this, by 2022, the early 2022, Sacramento started closing down. Citrus Heights started going down. Then after Citrus Heights went down, Fair Oaks went down, and we were stuck with 1 station in West Sacramento, which takes us almost an hour to get to. We were driving, we would get stuck out there for hours on end, and it became a car that we wouldn't drive with our children in because it was dangerous, it was unreliable, you were going in the middle of the night to get fuel. And so all these promises of low hydrogen costs, more stations, like none of that was true. And they knew it was not true because they had access to this map. They knew that the map was going up and down. They were receiving complaints at the same time. I never knew that there was this shortage of hydrogen in 2019. They never told me that. And so Toyota knew that this was not a reliable car, but they sold it to us as a luxury car, traded in a perfectly good Prius that I wish I never traded in. And now I'm basically saddled with $600 a month in a car payment for a car that just sits in the street. If it sits in the street, the city called on us to tow it away because it can't be in the street. So now it sits in our driveway, blocks our driveway, and we're paying on a car that we're not using. And so as a family with 2 adults in it, we were forced into buying a 3rd car just to muscle through the last 1.5 years of car payments to be relieved of this car because we're so upside down. And Toyota knows you're upside down, and they're not going to do anything about it. Even a 1.5 years ago, a salesperson from Roseville Toyota called us, and he said, get out while you can, Toyota's leaving the hydrogen business. And I even have an email that says, get out while you can. So my husband's like, we got to get rid of this car. We owe all this money, but it's going to be worth nothing. So Toyota, the same dealership that we bought it from 2 years ago, is telling us, get out while you can. And they don't even know what's going on. They claim that there's going to be a dealership installed in Roseville Toyota. Their own salespeople and service don't know when it's going to be installed. We call Mirai customer care. They know nothing about it. You know, I've written letters asking to be bought out of this car. They've escalated it to these teams that come back and say, your car is not a lemon. So I wait 6 months, do it again. And so Toyota just doesn't care. And so they'll periodically put you in a rental car, and then the station will go up, and then they'll say it's time to turn in your rental car. The left doesn't know what the right is doing. My husband, one of the reasons why we just stopped caring about this car is because of the stress it put on us. So my husband got diagnosed with cancer last year. And on his first cancer treatment, we got a call out of the blue from customer care saying, you have to return your rental by noon. And he's hooked up to an infusion. I'm like, he's at his first cancer treatment. We're not going to be able to return this rental car by noon. Like, you said we can have this rental car. And they said, well, it's a case-by-case basis. So I have to take 24 hours out of my day to fight with them and say, you just arbitrarily pulled this rental car from us, which is a low-level rental car, with no notice. And so customer care, they don't care. That's the reality of it. And they don't care about your letters. You could spend all the time putting in these packages together, asking to be bought out for just what you owe left on the car, and they don't care. So customer care doesn't care. That's what I've learned from it. And while I think Toyota was a reliable brand and was trustworthy, we went into the dealership trusting the salespeople to be honest with us. And instead, they were deceptive. They deceived and they hid the reality of this car and talked us into getting rid of a perfectly good car on this premise that it's going to be $5 a kilogram. There's 5 stations. There's going to be more. This is the way of the future. And they knew it wasn't the way of the future. So why they're allowed to sell this car and why that is not like utter fraud and deception is beyond me. But I'm not going to stop until Toyota takes this car back, because I've paid in tens and tens of thousands of dollars. I've given up a perfectly good car for what? For them to just hide behind whatever corporate office they're in? It's not fair. So that's my story.
The Mirai is a lie.
The Mirai is a lie. The Mirai is a lie.
There you go.
It's a lie.
Do you think it's positioned in the right way? That
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's close to it, I know.
It's a lie.
Can we use
It's
this?
a lie.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay. Callie, you want to go up now? No, you're good? Yeah, oh, you have to travel. You're 2 hours drive.
The value of the car went down $10,000 in 1 year. Pull off the lot. As soon as you pull off the lot,
Sun is really good for the camera.
that's no value of the car. Forgot it.
She knows a lot. That lady right there, she's got the biggest complaint ever. Yes, that one right there.
She'll do it after Cold Deep and his family.
Okay. She just conserving energy.
Good job.
Forgot that. I'm doing the same thing this lady
Good
doing.
job,
Just
man.
paying on the
Hey,
shit.
hit it out.
Yeah, because I want to see results. I want to see results.
Does anyone want water? Does anyone want water?
Can you try holding it from the bottom? Kind of to the side. Yeah, that would be really good.
It's a whole nother cooler. Oh, this is great. You made that sign. Thank you so much. Okay, so you got what?
And then they got that one.
Ready to roll? Okay. You guys can take a break because they're gonna fill the frame. Just those two. So you can take a break. We'll need you in a minute. Okay. You'll go out.
And keep in mind, they were still selling
You'll
this
go one more
car.
time, Callie.
I was telling you this.
Yes.
They still selling the car.
You're headed out?
And it went down
Yeah. Can you do one afterwards? Even if it's the same length.
Still was selling it at full price.
Like 5 cents.
That's
Okay, just say your name, where you bought the car from, and like the lies that Toyota put you through in this thing. Okay, say
My name is Gur Sevik, and I'm speaking on behalf of my dad because he was the owner of the Toyota Mirai. And when we migrated to this country, we have a really good reputation about the Toyota because in the 2014 we have
Hold for sound. Start again. Oh, you were doing good. Just that guy was just gonna blast through the sound. If it happens again, we won't stop. Just keep going. But start again.
And my name is Gursevik, and I'm speaking on behalf of my dad as a designated owner of the Toyota Mirai. And when we migrated to this country, and we have a really good reputation about Toyota because our first car is 1992 model Toyota Camry. And when we end up with the car accident and we need a new car, and we went to Stevens Creek Toyota San Jose, and we're looking for Camry hybrid, and they offer a salesman introduce us to the Toyota Mirai. And because we have a really good reputation and we don't doubt on that salesman's recommendation, whatever the perks, and even he trying to trick us on the environmental thing when I was trying to tell him how I'm environmentally friendly, and he bring it the clean energy and how's the California government and local government things are doing it, and the other part. And we got trapped by Toyota because their salesman don't have a fiduciary duties in the consumers of the California, but he's doing his fiduciary for the Toyota. But I'm making a statement now, I'm really assume Toyota is not reliable. And we end up with
Slow down. Same passion. Slow down. I love that. Toyota's not reliable. Continue. Sorry. Continue.
Toyota is not reliable. Buying a car within 2 weeks, we realize we make a biggest mistake of our life because my dad don't know how to fill the gas, hydrogen gas. He ended up to giving me that car, and that car become a nightmare not only for me, for my whole of family. How? Because the gas is not available, and I was late from my work. I was a bedside nurse. Then I switched my job to the nursing management. Then I switched my job to the night shift nurse. And after that, I'm ending up like a lot of stress, not because of job. It's also because I switched my job to knock, and plus I have during my break at midnight I have to go and get a hydrogen for my car. And plus because
of the lines.
Way of the line, the Toyota told us because the new more stations are coming, and hydrogen is really reliable and cost effectively, and its price is gonna go more down.
But you went in for a Camry, Camry, their best car, and they're like, "This is better. Do this one."
And because we went to buy a Toyota's Camry, but that's the best car we have experienced, but they say no, this is the best option. This is the things are coming. This is the new life gonna be a future in the auto industry. And even that person gave us the example how the public officers are using the buses and trucks on the hydrogen duties, and even he used the Alameda County buses, for example, how public transit are switching their vehicles to the hydrogen power, and we got trapped by Toyota. And then I end up with this stress and switching my job, and our 2-year plan in 2022, 23 and 24 and 25, we're going to have a house in Tracy or Manteca, just 80 miles from Fremont. But that car is not reliable due to Toyota's lies, because Toyota don't have any hydrogen station in the Central Valley. And we are not able to move because we are in the debt, 35,000 we owe to the Toyota Financial. Even we cannot pay that off, then we what we gonna drive? We're gonna be short in money. And our whole life got ruined because of Toyota's life. Not only for me, for my whole family, and we are not able to live our American dream because of Toyota's life. Because Toyota is not reliable, and it's really sucked up our life because of Toyota's lies. And I'm not going to recommend anyone to have anything from Toyota, and I go for more American cars. And
did it ever get towed? Did you ever get an electrical issue? Did you ever get stuck at the pump as it got stuck? Talk about those things.
Okay, especially I got many times problem with the unlatching the feeding thing, and even I'm the one only. I'm not sure, maybe other one I experienced once. This got unlatched automatically and pop up. I see a pop up sound. It's hurt my feet. Even the Toyota's customer services, when you reach them, they are not customer care. They're a harassment for customers, and they don't provide any help. Even the stations, they put a hydrogen station, I'm not sure what kind of collaboration they have with those kind of business owners. Whenever you go and ask them help, and they don't have any idea, they say just call it this number. Within owning a Toyota Mirai within 3 years, I did not get any help from Toyota and the Toyota. And I'm gonna repeat my words again. Toyota customer care is harassment for their customers. They're not doing any care.
Say
for
that
them.
smoother. Say that smoother. That's good.
I'm going to repeat my statement again. Toyota customer care is not taking care of their customers. It's a harassment for their customers because they are not providing any help. They're just gonna false lies. We're gonna hear that back from them, but I never hear within 3 years back from them. Even it's not only Toyota. I'm including True and the other like a collaborating partners for hydrogen. But now I'm not thinking about environment because I need to take care of myself and my health first. I think hydrogen and Toyota both are the scam.